No. There we go. All right. Oh my, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Isn't it? Yo, how you doing, Waluigi? Hope you're doing well. You're first, yeah, that's correct. Congrats. Hope you appreciate the opportunity to be first in the chat. Alright. This is gonna be a better one. You got All-Stars and did SMB1 any % All-Stars for the first time? Yo. Well, congrats on getting All-Stars. Hopefully you enjoy the cartridge. I think SMB1 any % All-Stars is the worst category on the entire cartridge. But hey, you have nowhere else to go but up. Where's your tardy slip? No one knows. It's in the mail. It'll be there in like 9 to 12 business days. Your birthday is tomorrow? Well, happy early birthday. I hope to be able to issue a happy birthday on stream tomorrow. But if you're doing stuff, that's perfectly fine as well. How you doing, Slickfire? Alright. Doing good here. You're an NES guy, so you probably won't make All-Stars a project very often, but right now you do have a goal for SMB1 any % All-Stars. What is your goal? If the goal is sub 5, good luck. That's hard. It's possible, but it's very difficult. Why is this happening right now? Alright, well, I guess this is slow. Perfect. 510, alright, that's reasonable. I believe in you, Darth. Not to say I wouldn't believe in you in other circumstances, but... It is hot. That's all I want to say right now. That is like everything I want to say. In one sentence. That's all there really is to say. Right now, okay, if your PB's 512, you're gonna get a 510. Just how it be. Yo, how you doing? It's a Neb. Hope you're doing well. Oof. I hope everyone had a good day after Labor Day. One of your friends told me he ate at Applebee's while away for a long weekend. You thought of my rant instantly? Wow. You must agree with me, though? Is he... I guess you said friend and not ex-friend. So maybe not as extreme as me. No, I wouldn't end a relationship after Applebee's, but I totally would call them out. Friends don't let friends eat Applebee's. You did call him out. He said it's suggested by a friend who was visiting. Yeah, no one ever picks to eat at Applebee's. It's always someone else. Everyone's just along for the ride. What I hear is excuses, excuses. Oh, God. So when are we going to Applebee's? I mean, you could suggest it for NLSS, but I'll say let's just go to this Wawa instead. Yeah, Wawa, that's premium cuisine. Not really, I'm a big Sheetz fan, but Wawa is okay. I think that... It was a Wawa, right? Next to us? Not a Sheetz? Yeah, it was a Wawa. I would have remembered a Sheetz. I only half remember the Wawa because of the Wawa experience. Yeah, two things I learned. Well, really, two things I remember. We went to Wawa, and a liquor store is also called a package store. You're thinking of an All-Stars All-4 100%? I mean, it'd be pretty good. We need more runners for that category. But just know that's a large commitment. It's larger than people think. Like, that's a 2.5 hour long run if you're a world record holder. It's illegal to commit a crime it's illegal to commit a crime sign was choice as well. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna commit crimes, and then a sign told me that crimes are illegal. And I was like, okay, maybe I won't. Maybe I haven't really thought this through. But congrats on your 8... Was it an 820? 830? 830. Luigi any percent 8-4 All-Stars. Lost levels PB, Spork. That's a mouthful that I just said. 830, yes. I'm really good at half remembering today. Oh, con. You would do all 5 hundo%? But you don't have the SMW cart? Well, you can always get that later. I would say start with all 400%, and if you don't hate it, then maybe consider getting the cart. Sub 830 is very possible. Well, of course it's possible to PB by 1 second. I believe in you, Spork. Yo, how you doing, Romeo? 830 is really good, though. What's a world record in that category? So I'm trying to think. I think my PB in any percent 8-4 is like 822. So you could beat me soon. With the Weege. Yeah. $8.16 by Goofy. Well then. I believe. Mario and Weege? I didn't know he had the Mario one, but I guess I'm not surprised. He was going for that, like, crazy power-up grab. I know any percent 8-4 Mario actually was getting pretty popular for a little bit. I should probably accept some Lost Levels runs. The queue is really building up. I feel like I'm the only one that actually is accepting runs on the Lost Level side right now. Not to be a call-out, you know? You have to go back to work and lurk? Alright. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. This right here was probably the nicest spork was ever to me in chat. And I just want to point that out. Very little sass. Reminiscing on old times. Conveying useful information. Let's all remember today. September 8th, 2020. Okay, knock knock. Are you gonna go with, like, Catch Me If You Can with the go fuck yourself? Who's there? I saw Catch Me If You Can like a month ago. It's a good movie. You hate me? Oh no. I'm sorry I recently saw Catch Me If You Can. It's a good movie though. You're leaving now? Alright, fair. It's a little more down to earth. That's the spork I know. I ruined your knock knock joke. That you would have stolen from Tom Hanks. Sick, alright. We're in there. You're not sure how good your favorite knock-knock joke would work on Twitch, but let's try it. Alright. Say knock-knock. That's the first part. Knock-knock? I say knock-knock? Who's there? I don't know how this works. You're the one who's supposed to start these jokes. You're gonna say you love me, but you thought I didn't think I would get the SpongeBob reference? Yeah, I probably would think you're just saying I love you to me. And that's the joke? Okay. That's... I'm not sure how well that translates on Twitch, but in general, eh. Maybe because I heard it on Twitch, it's eh. But I'm sorry, I've heard better. It did not work on Twitch. I don't know many knock-knock jokes, if I'm being honest. I do judge people on how many knock-knock jokes they do. Knock-knock jokes they know. Yeah, how you doing, WPI? I do not have an accent in my name. Twitch doesn't even allow to have accents in your name, right? I guess you could have, like, special characters as in terms of, like, Chinese or Japanese characters, right? With localization. Do you want to hear a Harry Potter joke? Sure. Remember when the localization stuff came out, and, like, even though it had, in, like, bold lettering, you could not change this once you do it? Like, people did it, and then they regretted having, like, Asian characters next to their name, even though they weren't Chinese or Japanese speaking. Picante, yeah. Do you want to hear a Harry Potter joke? Harry is always walking, JK rolling. Funny. There's a wee joke about J.R.R. Tolkien. but I forgot it. That's not the joke that you forget with weed. It's like, because his name is Toke. Yo, how you doing, Kieran? The Harry Potter joke I would think of is those images from Guns Akimbo, where Harry Potter is dual-wielding pistols. So funny you forgot to laugh? Well, I didn't say the joke. I'm just saying I've heard jokes about other authors based on their last names. You are Harry? Sorry if you didn't like the joke. You are Harry Potter. Is that what you're saying, Darth? I'm aware of what sarcasm is. Romeo, don't worry. I've heard so funny I forgot to laugh many times in my life. The last time I heard it, it was so long ago I fell off my dinosaur, you know? You're Harry's... Oh. You're Harry, sorry if I didn't get the joke. Uh-oh. It's... Whew! It's sad. And entirely my own doing here. I should have got water. How am I? Honestly, today is going to be a sleepy picante day. Worked until like 5:50. Was in meetings from 1 p.m. till 5:50. So it's going to be one of those days. Sleepy Conte, honestly. You think you're a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, okay? You think that's true of you. And then you sit through a 5-hour meeting. Meetings are the worst? I can't disagree. Okay, it was an hour meeting, and then a 3-hour meeting, but they were back-to-back with no breaks. And it was like the same people plus or minus a couple people on each meeting. So it wasn't like I couldn't just like be 15 minutes late to one and be like, oh, I was running late from a previous meeting because everyone else was on that meeting. You've dozed off in meetings before? I mean, the possibilities are endless over Zoom, but turns out when you're leading parts of these meetings, can't really do that. You know your World of Warcraft meetings last 3 hours, but you're playing a video game in those. Just play a VOD for my meeting? Like the ones I'm leading, I'll just... Sure. We'll never know, yeah. I'll just keep saying no time for Q&A. Do not ask questions. Just like every minute or so. So they know I'm... They know I'm absolutely not okay with questions. I'll just steamroll them if they start asking. Yo, how you doing, Serena? I'm not sure if I said that already, but you might be due for a rare double greeting, if not. Hope you're doing well. I didn't. Oh no. Well, how are you doing, Serena? There you go. There's the double. The double dream. This is the run. I hope so, Cruzy Poo. How you doing? Cruzy Poo, this might be relevant information to you, and it makes me deeply sad as a human being. But did you hear the unfortunate news that Fuddruckers as a business is entirely liquidating? There's going to be no more Fuddruckers. You're doing good? How am I doing? I'm doing well. Just had a long day at work, so we got a little sleepy picante, but we're going to try to cheer ourselves up with some gameplay. Your dad literally just told you that? Yeah, Idiocracy, I was thinking that too. Idiocracy, they got it wrong. They couldn't predict COVID. They didn't, but like if there was the COVID peak, right? If Fuddruckers was able to peak, the COVID wall, kind of like the Great Filter, the filter's the word I'm looking for. If COVID just didn't destroy their businesses, we would have seen butt fuckers within our lifetime. Yeah. Tonight is a 9 p.m. bedtime kind of night, maybe. Still miss our Fuds. Best place to go to eat as a kid. Yeah, I remember I enjoyed the, like, when they had those burgers that, like, were special meats. Like, they had the ostrich burger. They had some other random burgers. Shit. Yeah, someone could try to reboot the brand. I think, like, they might be trying to sell it, too, if not fully liquidate. But I don't, like, imagine buying a multi-million-dollar franchise right now. Like, I don't know why I mean, like, yeah, maybe if you believe that they could tough it out, you could get it at a pretty cheap price. But I don't think anyone's buying massive restaurant franchises right now. Yo, how you doing, Cyclops? Hope you're feeling better. I have been sick before. And it kinda sucks. Is that licking the booty? What's the deal with, I know you're... Oh no. This conversation goes too far. Does eating ass transmit COVID? I'm just gonna come out and ask it. Has there been science done? Probably. That's how you got it? I'm sorry, KMGS. Sometimes you just gotta take the plunge into a question, you know? So, okay. So, Serena actually with the... I hope you didn't, like, pull over... Like, I hope you're just done with driving. You didn't just hear that question. Pull over on the side of the road and just be like, I have to answer this. I know the answer. There's been reports of people who had the virus present in their stool for a few weeks after they've been infected. Talk to text, the beautiful speech thing. That honestly, that worked very well. Yeah, but it's not the air droplets. It's a different type of droplet. Oh my god. Okay. I got the answer I'm looking for. I think we're all on the same page now. I could drop this forever. How about that? Is COVID an STD? That's a good question, but I feel like people who are ill... I mean, I guess a lot of people are asymptomatic, or maybe not fully asymptomatic, but pre-symptomatic. I don't know, Darth. On the internet, no one knows you're a dog. Let's just say that. but everyone will know if you're a fox. Let's just say that. Yeah, wear a face mask when you do your dirty. I mean, in terms of sexually transmitted COVID, I've heard that like dating apps are an absolutely nightmare hellscape right now. I mean, they already were, but they're worse now. How do we get on this topic? Sometimes it's not about the how, it's about the why. I've smiled on stream before KMGS. That, okay, yeah, it was all Cyclops' fault. Let's just say that. Yeah, it was too urgent of a question not to answer. The world needs to know as soon as possible. Honestly, if that article doesn't already exist, all some hip news agency, like we got Vice News on the case. All they have to do is make a headline, yes, eating ass can spread COVID, and million clicks right there. You've never seen Picante smile in real life? What? You know that's false. You're a writer? The Medium post for the ages, if Fango. Actually, so apparently there was like a survey on brands and like them being viewed as cool that recently came out, and Vice Media scored the worst, which is kind of hilarious to me because they try so hard to appeal to today's youth. I've heard they've gone really downhill though. Like I remember when they actually had like dope documentaries on like African warlords and like fucked up places. Yo, how you doing, Pink? The Picante smile is a myth. Wow. When Picante smiles, an angel eats a Carolina Reaper? That sounds like a bad thing. Gamer time. Didn't Vice do the hilariously terrible PC build? I don't follow Vice Media anymore, honestly. The last thing they ever did, they did about 100-page article. Like, Vice Magazine is an actual magazine, and they did a full magazine on the situation in South Sudan around 2015-2016. Around the Sudanese Civil War. And it was actually a really cool article. You're allowed to live together and eat dinner at separate times. I'm also streaming right now, right? The last Vice video you watched you enjoyed was about a mullet festival in Taunton, Australia. Yeah, it's not really hard-hitting investigative journalism, though, right? Vice still does some cool stuff. I just find it hilarious that Vice Media is considered, like, super low... What's the word of, like... They don't connect with today's youth when that's, like, literally the point, almost. I mean, it's not literally the point, but, like, Vice Media is supposed to be cool. That's kind of their brand. Well, this is a shitty split. And quoth, one last thing on a very previous early point. All these noobs who are like 12 to 14 trying to come off as not 12 to 14. I know. It's very obvious. Should be sweating. You can't tolerate these 12-year-olds? Did it work? As long as we don't call it the 12-year-old detector, that would get me arrested in like 8 states. The brand thing I'm thinking of, was done by Google, who's apparently a really cool brand. Being the least cool brand among youth, brought to you by Google. I wouldn't be surprised if Bing is not cool with the youth, though. But speaking of which, like, not to get political, I'm saying the T word, but it's in a different context. Fucking Eric Trump is like, Google shows Mob Psycho, which I haven't seen, but I've heard is good. I'm not sure if you all saw the tweet where he's like, oh, Google is suppressing hate mobs because they show anime when people search the word mob. How is this happening? And it has to be one of the dumbest tweets I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry to say, all the Eric Trump fans that I'm insulting right now. And let's not talk about other dumb things Eric has done. That's what we're gonna call him now to avoid the T word. But like, Pink had a really good point. What happens when he searches Bleach on Google and doesn't find Pledge? Finds this guy named Ichigo. I curse a lot. I would say I curse less than many streamers on Twitch. But I curse more often than is allowed from middle schoolers living with their parents. So, I could understand that some people may find that I curse a lot. Yo, how you doing, Ethan? Yo, how you doing, Skim Guy? 3rd place in the chat. Beard Conte? Yeah, I've been too lazy to shave. Damn Nowhere 1337, yeah. It had to be. Yo, Mechathula, how was your stream today? Hope it went well. Actually, you've been streaming a couple days now. Do we have the return of the Mechathula? Speaking of Cthulhu, isn't there a new show on, that's apparently really good? On, who made Cthulhu? I forget their name. They were famous. Yo, how you doing, Pack? Yeah, this is actually Picante's evil twin. Just how it be. Oh god. Oh god. I didn't think I would actually get P-Speed. Lovecraft, yeah, there's like a new Lovecraft series. If people didn't know who I was talking about, they'd be like, oh, that one racist guy? That one racist guy. There's a couple. Streaming alright? Glad to hear. Glad to see you back. I'll have to stop in when I'm not busy with work. Yeah, I'm sorry for the politics, but it's not actually politics. It's just such an idiotic thing to tweet. It's hilarious though. Any Ring Fit gamers here? I've played it once. Why do I go to Lemmy? You have those 5 letters censored on Twitch? I'm sorry. Does the link not work then? Yeah, Ethan is absolute legend extreme. That's pretty much all you need to know. You see, this guy Pack, he's a huge fan of Warpless D4. So much so he redesigned the Lost Levels leaderboard. It looks really good. It still looks really good. I'm still in awe of it, actually. I try to avoid it, though, because when I see it, I see that I have 20 runs that have not been accepted. And I get a little Monka S. How can I play so much, or play so smooth in chat crazy good? Well, you haven't seen me fail yet, have you? But then also, this game has a lot of, like, every time you finish a level, it has 10 seconds of downtime. It's crazy. We don't want to say the D word? What is the D word? Yo, how you doing? Speaking of the D word, how you doing, Super Mega Dev? Dr. Disrespect, okay. He meant the D world, yeah, of course. So if you're seeing World D, then you're obviously stressed. Oh god. This game is way too hard. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone that was not interested in hearing the D word, the Dav word. Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about Davenport, Iowa here. Just how it goes. I am genuinely surprised no one leaked anything on Dr. Disrespect. But at the same time, I never really cared that much. Yeah, of course. That's how it works. He's typing pack in chat. We'll never know. All I see is 3 censored words, or letters. The meme among streamers is pretty hilarious, though. I know what's going on, but I'm not allowed to tell you. I mean, it could definitely be true. Turns out NDAs scare people. Well, it's just that Slasher in general, the gamer news guy, is kind of a meme in general. I think he's a pretty good reporter, though, from what I've seen. A lot of the criticism he gets is from, like... I don't know. 14-year-olds. I'm not even going to say 12-year-olds, because 12-year-olds can't really understand. But, like, 14 is that perfect age of they think they know everything. They're able to bridge the gap and, like, understand what investigative journalism is as a concept, you know? Nice. We got the boop. Okay. Oh god, that was close. Well, that was more than close. Jesus. Alright. You don't... We just hate those... What? I literally don't even know what you're trying to say right now, Romeo. Well, we didn't fuck up. Sure. Shit. I am the greatest zipper alive. You think I'm on pants, okay? Hey, we didn't lose time. I'm still really confused. YKK Picante? What is it? YKK? Oh god, oh god. No! No, don't do that to me. Eh, it's fine. It's just slow. God damn it. When zipping goes wrong. Alright, well. Of course you get the hour-long call at the beginning of my streams. Reset? No, we have like half a minute of time save. That's a weird way to say 30 seconds of time save right now. Spaghetti strats? Was that like a thing from Ray's stream? It's been a really long time since I watched Ray's. You don't know. Can't remember either. I think he said noodling or something like that. It's just a thing from your mental archives? I see. Man, I miss Sunshine speedrunning being popular. That being said, I have not checked the Super Mario Sunshine directory in so long because everyone that I liked no longer speedruns it. So maybe that's my bad, right? Noodling sounds lewd. Well, maybe you're just a lewd person. Not everything is lewd here. Sunshine release will probably increase Sunshine speedrunning interest. I understand it's for the health of the game, but like I personally am rubbed the wrong way regarding their decision to make the intro cutscene skippable. Now, if the actual Super Mario Sunshine Switch game has its skippable cutscenes, I would perfectly accept that, you know? But I don't like having a Mario game have, like, a major category allow for a hacked version of the game. I understand that it's a bitch. But I'm a game purist here. There was a discussion a while on GDQ, and they talked about how to make games that are good for speedrunning, like from a dev perspective, when the question of skippable cutscenes came up. On one hand, obviously speedrunners want skippable cutscenes, but also what are the most interesting speedruns? Nintendo games without skippable cutscenes? I mean, a lot of retro games just didn't have skippable cutscenes. Fuck! Oh my god. That was bad. Yikes. Well, whatever. I've never died in that level before. I just went a little too low. Alright, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. I'm actually, As much as I think I like Zelda, I don't think I'm actually a fan of Zelda. I've started OOT, I've started Majora's Mask, I've started Phantom Hourglass, I've started Breath of the Wild. None of them I was able to do. Oh, I've started Link to the Past. I started Zelda Link's Awakening. Or not, no, sorry, the Adventures of Link, the one on NES, the second one. None of them I've been able to get. The only Wind Waker is the only one I've ever been able to beat, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. But every single other Zelda has bored me, and I hate that. Breath of the Wild is the best game ever, bar none. I just, after an hour, I got bored and stopped playing. So you feel the same way about the Sunshine intro, like it's unskippable, but they could find a crazy skip at some point. So the thing is, I don't think the reason why they found crazy skips in OOT and they found crazy skips in certain games because of cutscenes making it an unbearable run. They just were found because the games are popular as shit. You look at how many people played OOT, someone's bound to find something. It doesn't matter that there's like a stupid cutscene in a game if people aren't interested in playing the game in the first place. That's what makes a good speed game. That's always the answer, okay? If you want a good speed game, make a popular game first. Doesn't matter if your game has good speed strats if no one gives a shit about it. Zelda just some indie franchise that's never going away, yeah. Like, why would anyone play a game with no structure? It just puts you into the world and tells you to kill Ganon. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, exactly. Terrible game. Why is Zelda running around with a sword harassing pigs anyway? Actually, Link is running around with a sword. Actually, you're kind of wrong on that, Romeo. Zelda, also known as Zeldor, is my favorite character. And they're green, and they have pointy ears and a sword. The only game that actually had Link, which is the name of the fairy that follows you and says listen, as the main character, was The Adventures of Link on NES. Link to the Past is the only one you beat, sorry. Not OOT. I'm pretty sure it's Zeldor. If there's no need to find a cutscene skip, if there's no cutscenes to skip. I mean, let's just be honest right now. If you're making a game to speedrun, you're already at a significant disadvantage. What are the main traits in making a good speedrun is nostalgia from youth. Like, how many new video games are like actively ran a lot? There's a lot. They're all Nintendo titles for some reason. But like, if you're an indie developer and you want a very popular speed game, you're kind of shit out of luck. You're gonna get some people speedrunning your game if it's not a bad game, but it's gonna be like 5 people. Because that's what speedrunning is, and that's not what people realize. Speedrunning, yes, you see these massive competitions for SM64, OOT, etc. But outside of like big Nintendo titles, most speed games have like 5 or fewer people, especially active people. Sometimes it's 1 or 0 active people. Most of the time it's 0 active people in a speed game. You feel like we're gaslighting Romeo here? Yeah, okay. Zeldor is not the main character, it's Lonk. Lonk is really good. And Zeldor is also good, but Zeldor... sometimes she turns into Sheik. Yeah, the thing is, all these small speed games are super friendly because... like, the thing is, imagine a small community not being friendly. That's how it stays small. All the small games I've speedrun, I've put in pretty significant effort up front trying to make it easy to speedrun, you know? As a kid, you never knew Metroid was a girl? As a kid, I'm not sure if I would give a shit, you know? But no, I never played Metroid as a kid. Like, the gender of the character, like, unless it was painfully obvious which gender they were, it's not really something I thought about. I'm like, I'm playing video games. That's what I was like, you know? You played it, but you were bad at it? Metroid was female? Samus, yeah, sure. If GDQ is any indication, all PC speedrunning is math clips. You thought the challenge of speedrunning or speeding through a game was that... You thought it was the challenge of speeding through a game that wasn't made for that? I think that honestly is a big part of it. Like, if you legitimately want your speed game to be interesting as a developer... I mean, first of all, don't make a game meant for speedrunning. I feel like all these games meant for speedrunning don't actually make good speedruns because it's too easy to speedrun. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could, like, Super Meat Boy has some time challenges, but it's not made for speedrunning. Like, you look at, like, Shovel Knight's development, like, oh, we're gonna reward players who go fast by having cycles that you don't have to wait for. That just leads to boring speedruns that, like, are not that, like... Not to say barrier of entry should be present in a speedrun, but... Reward. Etc. But yeah, if you want to be a good developer for a speedrun, just don't patch the glitches that people notice if they're only encountered in speedrunning. I get patching glitches that would only, like, that could actually break the game for casual players. But, like, you see these developers, especially newer developers, like, patch glitches that are explicitly used for speedrunners, like, that would never be caught otherwise. And it's sad. Metroid was woman on woman action, just saying. What, because Metroid's a woman and Samus is a woman? Is that what you're saying? And there's action in terms of shooting? Or is this just another comment by the person who talks about booties in the chat? Mother brain. Okay, there we go. This is true. Is Metroid the alien? I always thought Metroid was the name of Samus's gun. You didn't care about the gender of on-screen characters either until Kim Possible became a thing? Where's that starter pack? Developers get grumpy because you point out their flaws in something they work so hard on, but yeah, true. But especially indies, who should be happy that people are playing their game in a hyper-saturated market in the first place, shouldn't be getting pissy that they have a growing speedrunning community. I get it, though. Games are your baby, especially as an indie dev. Like, you're talking about someone spending years of their life, and you're seeing people break it. But if you're making software, glitches are gonna be a thing, unless you're, like, a spaceship. Remember that dude who made Fez and quit the internet? I have talked about Phil Fish extensively on my podcast, actually. Because we played Fez on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Because we watched... So, there was like a saga. We played The Witness, and I'm like, oh, you should watch Indie Game the Movie, because it's a good movie. And I'm like, oh, I've never seen it. And then so we both watched Indie Game the Movie, and then it's like, oh, we gotta play Fez now. How did the game designers miss this one? Like that, Fango? Too many speedrunners talk crap on the games they play? Yeah, speedrunning is a labor of love. It's like, fuck you, like, I guess you are creating content when you speedrun, but, like... People don't realize how hard software engineering could be. No matter how bad a game is or how bad it's programmed, you like it? There's probably some... I could be the devil's advocate. There's some racist games out there There's some excessively violent... What's that one game where it's, like, literally just, like, stabbing people? Like, there's no plot. It was, like, an arcade game that got ported to the NES or something. You have a soft spot for bad games? Jimmy hasn't used paragraph commands in a while, so he has to write a paragraph in the chat. Give me a second. If you want to make an analogy, the games are like babies. They need things of it like a dad who has a daughter. You see boys, gamers treating them differently than you want. You start patching these problems, you become overbearing, people start to dislike you. Sure. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, as terrible as it is, like, I also see the entertainment value in Hong Kong 97, so... You just beat Doom 2 on GBA, your eyes burned. Your eyes burn. I thought Data East has good games. There's some good Data East games. What's wrong with Data East? Oh, nothing. You were just saying Elf. I mean, I have a soft spot for bad games because I am, what do they call it? Played Prism, the Dark Unicorn. So, there's a group of consumers. So, obviously, or maybe in the past, I'm not sure how they do it anymore, but obviously, focus groups and, like, consumer... like, trials are done on products. And when I say trials, I mean, like, if you have a soda that meets FDA guidelines, you're gonna give them a small market and see if people like it. But there's actually a very specific group of consumers who are indicative of your product going to fail. So, like, you may actually get good reviews in like, these trial stages, but it could actually mean the death knell for your product if you happen to get a group of people who like products that fail. Like, basically, there's a set of consumers who like quirky products that generally get pulled from shelves very quickly. Like, if you like Orbeez, you probably like 3D Doritos or something like that. I'm also one of those people. I'm that with games especially. I'm always like, oh, this game's pretty fun. And everyone's like, no, that game kind of sucks. And I'm like, you suck. And that's why I have no friends. So that's why I don't like Breath of the Wild? The more garbo a game, the more you seem to enjoy it. Oh, I'm not sure if, like, I could recognize a really bad game. I'm, like, really into mediocrity, apparently. Like, games that I like often get, like, 6s out of 10s. I'm not talking shit on 3D Doritos. I think I was too young for 3D Doritos. But I read this article a while back, and it's really interesting to me. Harbingers of Failure. I feel like we talked about this once before, but it's been like a year. Serious deja vu vibes. Games you like often get shit all over them, but you admit they're not good games by any stretch, but you enjoy them. I could definitely see charm more than most people. Like, I'll enjoy playing a game like Lesser the Unlikely, even though it's terabad. But no, like, I don't know, a lot of the games, like, for example, one of my favorite puzzle games is Tiqual. Tiqal, I think. Which was an obscure Xbox Live Arcade game that got like 6s out of 10s. that I tried to recently buy and was unsuccessful because while it runs on Windows, it does not run on anything past Windows 7, which is kind of unfortunate. I did not mean to eat that guy. Yeah, don't you love when you get those errors on games that are like, you need at least 1 kilobyte of RAM to play this, and that's because the game is so old they did not even think it would be feasible in their lifetimes to see someone try to play this on a machine with like more than a gigabyte of RAM. So they just don't understand that your machine is like way overqualified to play it. It actually happens a lot with games like made for 98 or Windows, like around the year 2000. I remember, again for Xbox, like, another party game I liked was Hail to the Chimp, which I think got solid 5s out of 10s around. Oops. You have an Atari 400 with 4 kilobytes of RAM upgrade? That's sick, dude. One day I'll get a C64. I really want one. I want an Atari XE too. If we're talking Atari systems. Sorry, an XE GS. There's one game you think last GDQ that needed over 200 megabytes of hard drive space or something, but it only checked the first 3 digits, so if you have 50 gigabytes of hard drive space, you can't play it. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that. Like, I've definitely talked about this before too, but I'm not sure who was there for it, but the games that are truly lost to time, you ever get those discs at like a Comp USA or like a Tiger Direct store or something like that were like 1,000 games in one, and like there were only like 3 good games on there. But yeah, none of those discs work anymore. You have one of those from Hong Kong on the NES? Well, those games also exist. You just have to somehow find what they're actually called. Your dad bought it back? 22 in one game? Yeah. The JonTron episode on plug-and-play consoles. Oh my god. Big C. I'm doing some math here. And something tells me you did not stream for 12 hours. Thank you so much for the 19 months, Big C. I do really appreciate it. I hope streaming's been going well. I'm busting your balls here. Enjoy the grind. The grind can get grindy, but if you're enjoying the grind, it's barely a grind at all. This fucking sucks. Still doing it? You just remembered your anniversary? Fair. Well, focus on the stream. I appreciate your support, though. I really do. I think we got bad sub-pixels now. Yeah, something tells me this is just not going to work anymore. I don't really know how this works, but sometimes you just get locked out. At least we're consistently clipping in, right? Found out a while back as the ROM was illegal to begin with. Yeah, it's definitely bootleg as shit. You try to play Mahjong as a 6-year-old and be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, honestly. I gotta get those games. There's 2 Mahjong, or sorry, no, they're not Mahjong games, so no, I don't have to get them. But with enhancement chips, like, there's 2 chips that are really impossible to emulate because they increase, like, the amount of memory or something on, like, there's some weird reason why you can't emulate them, but they're like two variants of like checkers. And apparently the reason why they're so powerful is because the computer, in order to function, needed like more processing power. Toodles, and by the way, you got sub badges loaded, waiting for the emote approvals. Nice. Did you hit that second emote slot, Big C? No, at 18 out of 25? Oh, so you did hit slot 2, which was at 15. You're looking for 3. That's gamer time. Been loving this shiznit, man. Yeah, streaming's really fun. It's a really good, fulfilling hobby. Alright. Speaking of really fun, getting past... Where have we gotten to today? We got to special, because they made that really bad error. Alright. We got this. Oh no. Yeah, we went really low there, but it worked out. Welcome back, Skim Guy, to the world of Pog. How's Poggin'? Cracking knuckles. I'm allowed to crack knuckles. This is my own stream, okay? You don't take shit from no one. If you're not down for knuckle cracking, not sure what I could say. Why do I do that every single time? I know it's there. I always think it's in a different spot. You're the third most active chatter besides Jabroni and Pink. Well, you've been here for a while. I feel like that's easier than it sounds. If you just chat occasionally. Actually, can you link that stats thing? I'm curious about something. So I will say it's not entirely accurate. You want to see your stats? I think it is like also inherently inaccurate unless you use the stream elements like chatbot instead of nightbot. Like stream elements is not always monitoring my chat. And I know for a fact they didn't monitor it for over a year. It was like, there's like a 16-month gap after I changed my name from Spicy Snest to Picante. Yeah, that one. Then you gotta go to Picante. I think if you put in Picante, there's a link that's like /channel Picante, but it's okay. Making me do a little extra work, I see. You're trying to look up other streamers that didn't have the stats? You have to manually add yourself, which also I lost a couple years doing that too. I think all in all, out of the 5 years I've streamed, well, almost 5 years I've streamed, it's probably captured half of that. Yeah, that. Like, the fact that Spicy's Party Pickle is still third most used, I'm confused. Actually, no, I forgot that, like, if you ever change an emote prefix or delete an emote and re-add it, it, like, separates it. So Spicy's Pickle's on there, like, 4 times. You're number 59? I mean, you took a long break. It happens. Came back a changed person in more ways than one. Changed username for one. I wonder if not to dead name you here, but I would search your other username and see if it's also included there. And then you could do some math, Serena. If it is. Yeah, imagine not changing your username on Twitch. Everyone's done it. All the cool kids are doing it. Alright, it's not there, so never mind. My hunch was incorrect. What if I change your username? Or what if you change your username would I still recognize you? I mean, it depends how often you pog, right? I must have misspelled it wrong on my Control F. It's in there, but lower. Pretty much time on Twitch under that name wasn't as long as this name. But still, if you add those numbers together, you'd probably be significantly higher than 59. God damn it, did I really lock myself out again? Is this... Sad. This makes me so sad. Math, no. Yo, Vert, thanks for the good luck. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need better luck than 4th try clip. Oof. This right here's a 128. We'll see it. Or we'll see. Oh god, I don't know what to do in this situation. Alright, well, that works. 128 would be a pretty fat PB. Especially with gameplay like that. Pog, I am 51st most chatter. In Superior David stream. I don't do wings or anything like that, so my sum of best is still pretty bad. We'll see. I don't doubt I'll be able to get a 128 eventually. Still got Derust in the title, though. We're not being hasty. God damn it. Oof. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Ruby posts a lot over there? Yeah, it's pretty shameful how much I post there. But he usually streams a little too late for me. I mean, and then on the weekends I'm also busy doing stuff. Am I gonna buy the new Peloton bike? Well, what's really new about the Peloton bike besides the new screen? But no, I'm happy with my product. Sure, I'm a little salty they announced a new one. I've been hit with the really unlucky purchases. Like, I got a 2080 Ti, and then they screwed 2080 Ti owners, and now all these people who got a Peloton during the pandemic got screwed. But no, I mean, based on the video I saw, it doesn't really look like there's anything new besides a new screen, which the screen is fine. I have no issues. I don't need to rotate it. So no, I'm not planning on trading in my bike here. I bought it when it came out, so like I've gotten almost 2 years of use out of it, but it still, I guess, sucks. Not really though, because it'll last for like another 3 or 4, right? It's not so bad then, yeah. If I just bought one, I'd return it. I assume it would be in the 90-day warranty, right? Ethereum and Bitcoin are both gaining again. Mining shops are already posting pics of their cards that aren't released yet. Oof. It's good news for me. I own some Bitcoin. And that's not like a part. I own multiple actual Bitcoin. Not to brag or anything. Just completely brag or anything. Good news for you because it means you could short Bitcoin this time around, because last time there was no financial instrument to do so. I see. I bought Bitcoin when it was $100. So like my dog in this race, I should be more invested, but I'm like, if I lose everything, it wasn't that much, you know? Alright, have a good night, Skim Guy. Shit. How did I miss? Forgot that happens. It's whatever. You're so ready to short in December 2017, and you're going to Exit parties around for the mercy stuff. And what do you think about Bitcoin? Because oh, okay, yeah, that's the one problem. Like, I'm one of these people who was like, oh, I see that this thing's going up, and my friend who bought it at 22 and sold it at 28, he was like, oh, I'm buying some more right now. I'm like, you know what? I think this was what, like 2015 or so. I'm just like, sure, I'll buy some, because I was working 20 hours a week in college at the time. But like, I was just like, I told my parents, I'm like, oh yeah, you guys should check out this Bitcoin thing. And then they like told their friends like, oh yeah, our son is like into this Bitcoin thing. And then like, obviously, Bitcoin blew up since then. But like, I'm not like a guy who gives a shit about Bitcoin. I'm just like, you know what? I was told this was a smart thing to buy, and now I happen to be a person who's, I mean, I haven't sold anything yet, so I've made zero money. I've lost money on Bitcoin, but I happen to be someone who has significantly increased their Bitcoin worth. And so, like, people are, like, trying to come up to me, like, what? Like, I guess not so much anymore because there's no weddings, but, like, every single wedding I would go to, I'd get, like, just crowds of, like, 60-year-old, like, uncles being like, hey, I invest in the market. What do you think about the market? I heard you're doing well with Bitcoin. I'm like, I don't actually give a shit about this. It's just a thing. I pressed a button 6 years ago, and I stopped thinking about it. Oh, I totally think it's a Ponzi scheme, Fango. But I think this Ponzi scheme's going up, okay? Going to Fry's, there's literally zero graphics cards in the whole store. I mean, yeah, I heard there's massive shortages on all computer equipment. That's what everyone says when they're already in. No, I mean, I was, like, I understood Bitcoin as a concept, but I was like, why are people investing in a currency then? Like, why are people treating it like as a stock? No one's like, I'm buying dollars, because dollars are going to be worth more. I mean, there are probably people who make a profit trading currency, but, like, that's, like, hedge fund shit. Currency trading is a very real thing? Okay. You could tell how little I know about investing then. I've heard of money markets, but I didn't think that was literally money markets. Like, literally buying currency. I thought that was just like a fancy word for your investing in other people investing large things. I don't know. I honestly... I have a 401k. Yeah, Bitcoin isn't a currency because no one actually spends it on anything. Literally the one thing currency is for. Yeah. I mean, people do spend things on Bitcoin, and then you hear hilarious stories like, oh God. You hear hilarious stories like, oh, this reminds me of that one time where I bought Taco Bell for $400, because, like, they'll be like, oh, I, like, cashed out my Bitcoin and got some Taco Bell, and then it's, like, the amount of money they spent on that Taco Bell versus how much, like, Bitcoin they spent. Like, it's like they spent hundreds of dollars on that Taco Bell because they were high one time. So yeah, people don't really use Bitcoin now because they just treat it as an investment, which is like, when people realize that no one's actually using the thing for what it's intended for, I feel like someone's gonna feel swindled, you know? Yeah, that's fair, Fango. Bitcoin value is like 97% fear of missing out. I'm pissed. Because I remember being in my dorm room, being like, hey, to my roommate, I was like, hey, this new Dogecoin is hilarious. I'm gonna invest 50 bucks. I think it'd be worth like 500 today. I think Dogecoin has actually gone up. But I don't know where my Dogecoin is. My Dogecoin is lost. Lost in time. That's the one you like? Sick. Alright. I don't think I had to do that, but... we really don't want a PB here. Dogecoin is cool. That's the one you like. I just like that they had a car in NASCAR. I was a big fan of Doge. Doge was a part of my college experience. Doge car? Is that the name? Doge car spelled backwards is Doge car. Don't think too much about it. Race God. I mean, that's also cool. Doge car spelled backwards is Race God. They're bound to win. Okay, I'm reading into money markets on Wikipedia, and I don't see many things on trading foreign currencies. Just like loans. I think we need a whole Big Short 2 that explains this all to me. Because you all seem to know way more than me. Trading currency is called Forex. It sounds like something that really shouldn't happen. Money market is not currency trading? Well, I was told. I'm looking at the chat now. Have you not heard of money markets? Like, that was what I was talking about, okay? You just hate the resource waste that mining is, like burning power for the sake of burning power. Think about all the heat that's produced, though. PSI. Those graphics cards are heating the homes of thousands. Trading currency is easy. It's basically the same as taking a big trip to Europe when the dollar is strong. I mean, that's fair. You think the dollar's gonna lose value? I mean, It's just annoying when, like, half the world's currencies are tied to the dollar. But I feel like currency trading is just, like, no one would want to do it because there's no, like, short-term pop to it, right? Generally, currency doesn't, like, go nuts. Unless you're talking, like, hyperinflation. This conversation, like, my body could only handle so much talk about investing. I feel a physical recoil based on this conversation. So what you're saying right now, Vaxen, is that without proper protocol, we might be seeing mini nuclear explosions in basements around the world. What the oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's not the 128. For some reason I thought, oh, oops, wrong thing. Oops, not practice card. That is absolutely not what I was trying to make a joke. It just came off clunky. See, if I was going to invest in currency, I'd invest in Hong Kong money because it's really dope looking. Like, you ever see a Hong Kong 100 Hong Kong bill? I forget what the money is called in Hong Kong. I don't think it's the yuan. The Hong Kong dollar, that would make sense. Actually, I should probably look into that. I have a feeling they're not really using that many Hong Kong dollars nowadays. Or they probably are, but they may not be for long. That's a more accurate description. Because turns out that, like, 2047, 50-year plan, there's been some reneging on agreements. Hong Kong dollar pegged anyway. It doesn't matter who's pegging who here, okay? The Hong Kong money looks cool. That's what matters, okay? It's got a lion on it. That's all you need to know. If you have a lion on your currency, it's going to do well. The reason why Zimbabwe's currency didn't do well is because they have some fucking rocks on them, okay? You ever see the $100 trillion bill? Really, all their bills. It was just some stacked rocks. Like, you go up against the lion currency, and you're going to look weak. Your dollar's going to go limp. I've showed my Zimbabwe $100 trillion bill before, right? This sounds very similar to our bear flag conversation. I'm getting really a lot of Parks and Rec vibes. Where they had the Model UN. And the thing about Hong Kong money is it's like not really like paper like we see in the US. It's got like the special material. Oops. Oh, whatever. This is more important than splitting. Like, I'm sorry I'm blocking the gameplay. This might invalidate this run. But if we're being technical here, this 100 Hong Kong dollar bill is badass, okay? That's the technical term. Look at that thing. Don't go scanning my stream now. Not sure if there's rules against displaying currency. The $3 Minnesota bill has Che on it. Suffering and pain? What, are you speedrunning this too right now? Oh god. Minnesota equals Monica Naciel. Moneda Nacional. Where is Moneda? You're Brackling? Practicing. Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna guess that's Cuba. Sounds Spanish. What about Palau money? I used US dollars in Palau. Palau was a US territory until the 90s. And, like, a lot of organizations still think Palau is a US territory. We are incredibly... like, Palau is, like, almost entirely funded by the US. Like, a significant portion of Palau's entire budget comes from just, like, US giving them money. I think I did miss... oh, one of the scams that they run on tourists in Cuba is the two currencies, COC and MN. MN is worth 1/25th. That sounds like a very confusing system. I mean, this is not really currency, but if you want deeds to land, they're actually just, like, rocks that are passed down from generation to generation, or, like, gemstones. So it's actually nearly impossible to, own land unless you're a Palauan national, or marry into a Palauan family. CUC is the tourist currency. I see, because they probably don't want those dirty capitalists ruining their thing they have going on there. Pretty sure most people don't think Palau is a U.S. territory because most people haven't heard of Palau. That's fair. I mean, the whole country is 20,000 people. That's probably less than the place you currently live, Vaxen. I'm complete speculation. No need to dox, but it's honestly a pretty good guess. It's kind of funny, huh? That, like, we opened up tourism to Cuba, right? Like, we're allowed to go to Cuba now, or was that reversed? I don't even know. But then, like, now it's not the case, you know? Now no one's going to Cuba. No one really knows your town is 45K? Yeah, that's more than multiple whole countries. Specifically Palau, Tuvalu, and Nauru. I'm not sure about... I don't know how many people live in Monaco. I feel like it's 50K. Well, I feel like it's actually between 50K and 100K. And Andorra is actually pretty small, too. I feel like that's in between 100 and 200K. But it's been a while since I checked. I deserve that. To be fair, the reason you know about Palau is because of Picante, not because you weren't looking up sick flags. Alright, so here's the deal. Back on my scientific thing. So this is 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars. A currency that was since abandoned because of hyperinflation. I mean, let me show my face here. I'm gesticulating. So the deal about this bill over here. That way. If you don't know where it is, I can't point. I'm actually so confused. That way. The deal is that it's got rocks on it. And when you have a pretty wealthy place like Hong Kong, you gotta ask the questions why. And one of the reasons is probably because it has a badass lion on its $100 bill, which is honestly not worth that much. It's definitely a lot less than 100 US dollars. Stop it. And then you look at like a currency that has rocks on it, and you're automatically, no one's gonna want to spend that. They're big rocks though. They look cool. I would love to visit them one day. Forgot what there's some balancing rocks are cool. So you're all gonna think this is the stupidest thing. I bought like a little desk rock zen garden, like with the sand and the rocks. I have them little stacked. Mine has little tiny plastic cranes in it. Awesome purchase. It just sits there being zen. I don't even have to do anything. You want one of those dollars so you could have say you have $100 trillion and something. It cost less than $10 when I bought it. They're actually kind of collector's items now. I bought it back in like 2010 though. The currency was discontinued in what, like 2006? I don't really remember much about the history of hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. (2009-ish). Okay. I didn't think it, like, I thought it was before the global financial crisis. I'm so happy that we're going to be 50 seconds behind. True economics, currency is given new value because it's collectible. Well, it's the highest banknote ever made. It was unrelated to the financial crisis, but I feel like I just felt like it was before. And my feelings. That's how I know you're wrong. And to my asshole son, I leave 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars. Maybe it's worth a lot of money those days. Shit. Alright, I read what you were talking about with Cuba, Fango. That's good information. You're trying to search Captain Lou, Jean-Luc Picard, and show your friend something, and you accidentally type Captain Jean-Luc Picante. How's he doing? Or Jean-Luc Picante? How is Picante, leader of the Starship Enterprise, doing? Is he a baller? Probably. He's ballin'? That's cool. Man, I wish I wasn't a minute behind. That's pretty uncool of me, you know? This is pretty cool, though. Maybe it triggered the financial crisis, actually? Yeah. Because it reached its heights just before the financial crisis. What? So, what's the actual number? Because I'm not looking it up. And you said, I think 2009. Is that actually... Like, because 2009's post-financial crisis. We gotta, like... Come on. I thought you all knew about Zimbabwe's history here. I thought that's the whole point of streaming on Twitch. To get a knowledgeable base of people who are familiar with Zimbabwe's history. I was trying to think of a descriptor there. I couldn't. Mid to late 2008. Okay. Yeah, the currency reissue. People were like lulling on the $100 trillion bill and then it stopped happening. And some shit happened around the world. But yeah, if you're looking to get a little more zen, I recommend getting a desk zen garden for like 20 bucks. Zen rock garden. To those who think that's a stupid purchase, you just don't get it. You don't want to be zen. I got a little comb. I could comb through sand. Why did I think it was like it started in 2006? I guess I'm wrong. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again, but... Have you seen those magnets that automatically rake themselves? I have, yes. If Umar's in the chat, shoutouts to Umar for telling me to always go for Blarg Skip, never don't go for Blarg Skip. Never given a scared raise fire emote every single time I do Blarg Skip. It was 10 to... Well, I know that, like... I could talk shit on Mugabe now because he's not going to talk shit on me. But, yeah, Mugabe was not great for the economy of Zimbabwe. As far as I could tell. Yeah, okay, there we go. It was getting bad. I knew it was like 2003 to 2006. Man, Alright. Rocks are cool, man. I want to go to these balancing rocks. Well, all I know is that I have a sick Zimbabwe dollar. $100? Really? I gotta bust mine out of storage. Also, I'm very ashamed that no one told me to clean my controller yesterday, but we haven't had any issues. That's bad news. I'm doing foreign exchange. Yeah, well, technically I'm doing bad, right? Because my currency that I bought is now worth 0 on the markets, or on the foreign exchange markets, right? But on the eBay markets, it's worth more than I paid for it? Sure. Let's put it that way. Soon the $100 trillion bill market will collapse, and it'll be a microcosm of the hyperinflation experienced in Zimbabwe. See that shell jump attempt? Would have been sick. You highly recommend that anyone who's interested in going to Cuba should give it a try. You loved every second of it. Weird place. I highly recommend no one travel to anywhere right now, especially out of the country. But yeah, then do what Fango said. I really think people should go everywhere. Like, sure, take some precautions when going to Turkmenistan, but does Peloton have a Peloton? It's really US centric. Like most of the routes are US soundtrack. Soundtrack. I want to jailbreak it. Add my own routes. We were talking on the podcast very briefly on this, but the number one that we gotta add is the GI tract. The GI tract route. You're just biking through. What's that one movie where the guy shrinks down and like goes through someone's body? Most places are not nearly as dangerous if you travel to as people seem to think they are. Cuba in particular is the safest place in Latin America, but also most expensive as a tourist. No, we're not talking Thanos, okay? But, yeah, when I was in Colombia, I mean, like, so I visited Colombia in a very non-standard way. Like, I just had a friend that I knew from video games, specifically In the Groove. And I'm just like, oh, shit. I want to go to Colombia. Will you house me? And it was like, okay. But, like, he was totally not from a good part of Bogota. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Like, he wasn't from a touristy, extremely rich part of Bogota. He was from a completely average part of Bogota, but a place that foreigners never go to because there's nothing there except residential housing. To the point where I was like, I don't want to say harassed, but questioned way more than usual, based on the amount of people going through these lines easily, both to and from Cuba. Not Cuba, Colombia. Because they thought I was like trying to like bring him back in my luggage. But yeah, I've seen some unsafe parts of Colombia. I've seen some really nice places. Colombia's cool. But I could totally see Cuba being relatively safe in comparison to a lot of, like, I feel like people underestimate the dangers of South America, honestly. I mean, maybe if you're rich enough to, like, consider traveling to Brazil. I mean, honestly, Latin America's not that expensive to go to, but, like, the people I know who are like, oh, you gotta go to Brazil, I feel like they don't leave a resort. I've heard great things about Colombia. A friend who went to Cuba says it's like Cuba, only you could drink the water. Bogota's really cool. Medellin is also really cool. Really good empanadas. I'll say that much. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. I have no idea what a favela is, but I'm sure it's not a thing I should go to, apparently. What's the movie where the guy, like, goes inside a person? Shanty towns. Okay, yeah, I avoid those in most places. Especially in a tourism concept, or context. Cool. Inner Space is the movie I was thinking of. That was a movie I remember I enjoyed when I randomly caught it on TV and had no idea what it was. I'm not gonna underestimate Brazilian gangs. It sounds like it would end badly for me. Shit. Yeah, okay, that was actually recently on Reddit, if I'm pretty sure. It was on, like, Urban Hellscapes or whatever, Fango. The place in Brazil that was basically, it just looked like 90 buildings put together, and then it became gang run. Kowloon Walled City. Yeah, that's it. Looked it up at the same time. AKA the ugliest... Okay, you all have to see this. Because you're not going to really believe me when I say it's the ugliest urban development ever made. Imagine living here. This is a real place you could live. That's like multiple buildings put together. Cyberpunk's going to hear us? Well, you can't live there anymore because it's been demolished. Basically the Hong Kong version of favelas. Yeah, like... Didn't like 100,000 people live in it or something? Population density, 5 million people per square mile. That's pretty decent. Hey, we actually did that well one time. You wish your $82 in ramen would get delivered already? You have broccoli and mushrooms waiting for it? I recently... So, Shizuran Ramen actually got restocked on Yamibuy, which is really awesome because Yamibuy is, like, you get your product in less than 3 months. You had sushi for dinner? Yo, I had sushi for dinner recently, and it was good. I haven't had sushi in a while. The thing I really miss the most right now is Thai food. Oh my fucking god. Oh my... Life is pain. Where's that, like, Will Smith tweet with the pain? That's right now. I can still get whatever it is. Cape. Just gotta be a little careful. Nice. Moo. Did you have ramen for dinner, Orky? Oh, oops. I thought I did something wrong. Nope, okay. Thought I'd ask. You had mozzarella sticks? I had chicken and mashed potatoes, which was pretty delicious. For being honest here. I mean, have you seen those places, like the really population dense islands? Like that one that's like randomly like in like Lake Malawi or something like that? Or Victoria Lake, I forget. Because those look claustrophobic. Mozzarella sticks sounds good right now. Actually, I want like fried zucchini sticks in marinara sauce. That's what I really want right now. There we go. Beat that. In terms of food you want. The thing about population density is you have to take into account rural land and stuff. If you zoom in and look at a place that is only apparently apartment buildings and no roads, it makes the numbers look big, yeah. But like, there's also places like Manila, Philippines, which are just like massively crowded places as far as you could see. Yeah, densest country, you can't really include city-states or else it gets weird. It is pretty crazy that Mongolia has, like, so few people for how big it is. Vatican, which has 2 posts per square mile, yeah. Just don't include the city-states. That's pretty easy. You guys 4 popes now? I see, yeah. Well, is it like 3.5? Where does it round? Yeah, I was thinking of Magingo Island, which has a few people, believe it or not. Is the last one still out? I have no idea how many popes there are. I'm not following these popes around, you know? Jesus. $5.9 per square mile of SNES and Super Famicom games? That would be pretty sick, right? Not really. That's not that many games in a mile. You take a stretch of suburban landscape. Square mile back in 1993. You could easily get above 5.9. Jesus. Nice. Why every single time I do that? It's kind of ridiculous. Cool. Operation Thunderbolt on Super Nintendo? Can't say I disagree. Nice. Okay. That's fine. Good movement, though. That's what the cool kids say, right? Shit. Nice. I guess. Basic level. This game is the worst. Like, what do you want me to do with that? You know what? Okay. New run, I guess. I mean, yeah, slopes in this game are interesting. No, okay. You know what? Good start. It happens. You go through a corner of a slope. That's this game for you. You know, I have to agree here, Orky. Who's Wario emote? Cosmic? I haven't seen that one before. Cool. A lot of the other densest cities in the world are France, which is pretty interesting. Must be have something to do with the way they do their statistics. Yeah, like how every single Chinese city is massive, but then you actually look at the area that comprises of a city, and it's like, okay. I guess I guess this, like, Chongqing is the size of, like, most, like, smaller... How big is Chongqing compared to, like, I don't know, New York State? And they classify that as one city. Yeah, metropolitan area is hard to define. I agree with that. Paris, for example, is extremely dense compared to anything else in Western Europe. I guess I could see that. Yeah, it's kind of like a cramped, grimy place, right? That's why the Paris effect is a thing. Chongqing is like half... Yeah, imagine considering a city to be half the size of New York. Chongqing is a little smaller than Maine, yeah. Turns out most of that's like farmland, but they call it a city. It's like a special designated city area, prefecture. Forget the exact wording, but... You personally loved everything about Paris in your visits? Well, the Paris effect is from people who probably don't really have a very vast worldview ever, or at all. They're just like, oh, I've never left the country, but Paris is supposed to be romantic. Let's see this amazing place that I've only seen in movies. I like that one XKCD about, like, usage maps versus, like, population density maps. That's pretty cool. Istanbul's pretty population dense, huh? So is all of the UK. Also, oops. Sick 3 skip splits, by the way. Average high in August is 91 for Chongqing. I didn't think it was that high, but okay, I could see that. You would enjoy living in Kunming, in the Yunnan province. The low of 50 in the winter, high of 70 in the summer. Yeah, we didn't hit that block. Yeah, so before you went to Paris, you had people say, oh, you're gonna love it, best place in the world. And you're like, okay, whatever, yeah, you've been to Paris, so you're cool. And then you went and like, oh, I get it. You like cold winters? Why? Okay. You'd love living in Omsk. I just described Chinese San Francisco, yeah, except a lot more jade markets. To be fair, there are probably some jade markets in Chinatown in San Francisco. You've been to Kunming and you regret not going to the Walmart that was there just to see it was filled with made in USA crap? Walmarts in China are just like other Chinese shops. Oh god. Well, we made a mistake. We're not going for the clip. Whatever, who cares? So I've been to a lot of Walmarts in China. They're basically like other... did you ever go to Carrefour or any of the other shops in China, like regular grocery stores? They have American brands, but they're sold as a premium, like at every other grocery store. Like, Walmart does a really good job overseas of, like, trying to cater to, local cultures. So it just looks like other Chinese grocery stores. It just has the name Walmart. It has the same scandals that every other grocery store has in China about, like, health standards of stuff there, you know. They blend in pretty well. You've been to Carrefour? Yeah, well, Carrefour is the largest grocery chain in China. At least it was when I was there. I think they're one of the largest grocery chains in the world just due to their international branching. What's creamy, Orky? Cold winters were keeping you back from wanting to move to Prague or Copenhagen or something? Just move to Svalbard. Everyone wants to go to Svalbard. Go to Svalbard. Svalbard's dope. They got a seed bank. They got Longyearbyen. They got the University Center in Svalbard, where you could get a doctorate in Arctic engineering. Kunming's a dope. Well, Yunnan province in general is dope, but Kunming is a very underrated place that most people don't know, I think. Uh-oh. Yo, how you doing, Laws? You try not to go to chain shops when you're elsewhere, but there's super cool McDonald's in Porto, Portugal. Like an old Art Deco building. There's like a Twitter on like old McDonald's designs. And actually, I remember as a kid, McDonald's definitely look cooler. Now every single one has been standardized to the point where it's like there's no cool McDonald's anywhere. Not that I don't really go inside McDonald's anymore. So maybe it's just nostalgia talking. But the Twitter confirms my biases. Actually, I think we could just do this. I mean, I guess for me it's a little different because I live in these places when I go to them a lot of the time. So like I'm going to the McDonald's in China at least once. And KFC in China is pretty good. Someone in the chat in Darbs 1904 told people on YouTube to type that in the comments so it stuck with you for a while. Creamy, I see. If you live there, it's no big deal. Of course, you never go to McDonald's in the USA. Yeah. The Popeyes in Mexico City is scuff. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, most Popeyes are scuffed in the first place. So that's the true Popeyes experience. Better than KFC, though. Popeyes is just better than KFC entirely, and it didn't used to be that way. That guy got yeeted to his death. Yeah, like people who like go to the fancy mall in like a Chinese, like people go to China and then they go to like the fancy Chinese mall and then they buy some Gucci and Prada. It's like, okay, you didn't have to do that. I mean, unless you're like me and then you go to UAE and then like or go to Dubai and then like the literal attraction is giant mall. So I was like, okay, guess I'll do some shopping. Popeyes has extremely optimized production lines like deep fryers built into the counters. KFC's production line is a train wreck. They also apparently have a boycott from their janitorial staff. Every single KFC is disgusting. Most Popeyes are also kind of disgusting inside, but KFC's are, without fail, disgusting. That's why you have no interest in Dubai. I mean, like, I didn't go specifically to Dubai from where I was. I was an hour away, living in Doha, which, I mean, like, is really not much better. In fact, nah, they're all bad. I'm not gonna, like, rank slave states from, like, worst to best, because there really isn't there's no winning here, right? Saudi Arabia is way worse than Qatar. I'll say that much. But, like, it's again, like, why are we ranking them? They're all bad. They're all, like, unacceptably bad. If we're talking, like, full-on slave states, Mauritania is the worst. Sick. I guess, sure. If we're going mathematically, Qatar might be pretty bad. But my university had a campus there, and I knew I would never, ever, ever have an opportunity to go back, so I seized it. I don't know what else to say. KFC does fries, though, now? You want to try those? If we're talking about, like, production line, though, what about supply chain? Why didn't Popeyes have that chicken sandwich on lock? It's not only that people don't talk about it, because it doesn't affect them. I mean, it's twofold it doesn't affect them. The only reason people are talking about Qatar in the first place is because people enjoy the World Cup. Which, how's that working out for them? I mean, I guess 2022 is kind of far away, but... Like, people don't know what Qatar is. People don't know what Bangladesh is in the US. Like, honestly. Maybe don't know is harsh, but... They're both faraway places doing faraway things to each other, you know? You won't be watching the World Cup at all and you're a big soccer fan? Well... I won't be watching the World Cup at all, but... I'm not a big soccer fan. I guess I'm boycotting Mulan by having no interest in watching it. Who the fuck doesn't know about Bangladesh? 20% of the US can't locate the US on a map. Geography is not taught. You know jack shit about but you at least know what Bangladesh is, right? Imagine the World Cup. What's a World Cup based video game, Orky? That's what I'm curious about. Have they ever made the World Cup into a video game? The answer is yes. But what's the title of a World Cup based video game, Orky? Preferably on an older system. Geography is taught where you're from? And I'm self-taught better than everyone else at geography. Hit me with a country, I'll do a capital. Make sure it's Gabon, because then I can answer Libreville. Pennsylvania, I mean, if we're talking... do you want to know the capital of Pennsylvania? Because I know that one. People are like, oh, it's Philly. Oh, it's Pittsburgh. Nah. It's Erie. Just kidding. H to the Berg. Why are people boycotting Mulan? Because, like, it's I'm laughing because it's comically bad. Like, part of the movie's credits thanks the Chinese government for letting them film in Xinjiang. Like, it's like imagine if, like, at the end of Mulan, like, the original, it's like, thank you, Nazi Party, for... That's how runs are going right now, Paco. Thank you, Nazi Party, for letting us use your train system. It's like, it's that bad and people don't realize it. They're pretty much, like, explicitly supporting the genocide of Uyghurs in, Xinjiang. I got Picante hard. We had a run that got to special, and then I died in the stupidest way. That's pretty much it, Paco. You didn't realize Milan and Uyghurs were... So, they just filmed there. I don't think they used any... They just filmed there. It's where they filmed for some reason. Like, there's so many places to film. Why there? I mean, I get it. There actually is pretty nice scenery. Maybe there's a desert scene. But like, it would even make sense if you're remaking Mulan. Film in Inner Mongolia if you have to use a part of China. Clip taken out of context. Thank you. Yeah, well, I upload all my VODs to YouTube. !archive. Actually, I'm a little backlog right now. But like, regardless, it's bad. It is Poggio Sleeper. That is true. Xpaco 5. Thing is, you don't have to film in China, yeah. But I honestly assume, like, if they were going live action, they wanted to, like, be as quote-unquote authentic as possible. Considering Mulan is actually, like, an ancient Chinese story, right? Yeah, please don't film in my house. Or my domicile. It'd be really annoying. They might ask to use my camera, because it's so dope. Yeah, all Fuddruckers are going away. They liquidated Fuddruckers as a brand. I found out from a drill tweet. They had good honey mustard. I remember that. Last time I went to a Fuddruckers, I was like 8. And their honey mustard, straight up dope. Yeah, they announced they're closing all Fuddruckers. Yeah, all buttfuckers locations are going away. Idiocracy got it wrong. So apparently they were not doing super well, like, in the last 10 years. Like, they already filed for bankruptcy once and restructured. And then COVID was like, you know what? We don't like Fuddruckers anymore. When? I think this is in, like, the last day or two. Maybe today. We're just talking about the world's biggest tragedies today? Yeah. Uyghur people. Fuddruckers. I mean, like, I know. I wish I could go back to school. Get a doctorate in history and then starve in the alleyway when I don't get a job because academia is imploding on itself. But legitimately, I wish I could study history. When are they closing? I think they already, like, they're liquidating everything. I'm not sure if you could go to a Fuddruckers right now. Like, the thing is, everyone could go back to school. But I already have, I guess my student loans have been deferred. I have, like, other loans. And, like, rent and stuff. I can't just, like, drop my nice... I guess I could drop my nice comp sci job. And go into a extremely volatile field. I mean, you could look, Jimmy. I would look up your local Fuddruckers, call them up, be like, "Are you still open?" You're too lazy and indecisive to go back to school. I know exactly what I want to do. Problem is, I'm about 10 years late, right? I should have known when I was 16, not 26, because that's the thing about the US. It's like, oh my god. That's how runs are going tonight, Paco. It's like, oh, that thing you know you want to do? You already went to college. You kind of have to do this one thing. There's no such thing as too old for school. I mean, practicality-wise. If you're telling me to go back to school, you're telling me to stop streaming, Jimmy. So I have to work full-time and do night school, right? I'll take you to Mario School, though, Jimmy. Your Fuddruckers opens at 11 tomorrow? Okay, so maybe they're only in plans right now. I honestly, I don't live near a Fuddruckers. Stream, school, sleep, choose two. Yeah, I've mentioned it before. But if I found streaming like 3 years earlier, I probably would have like dropped out of school because I'd be an idiot and stream all the time. Imagine dropping out of school to play on the ball. Well, no, I wouldn't, like, drop out of school to pursue a streaming career. But, like, I was so enticed when I first started out that, like, I totally got worse grades because of it. Like, I was a good student. I got nearly entirely A's, and then, like, the semester I found streaming, I'm like, B's, couple C's. So I think it'd be more that I would prioritize streaming over doing schoolwork and then fail out, not drop out. Very different. You went back to grad school while working, so you know the work-sleep-school cycle? Oh fuck, only one of them opens? What are we talking about? The Fuddruckers. Forgot about that. I was mid-laugh, and my face got serious. That perfectly describes speedrunning. But Crusher Pants, honestly, what could have been? Imagine if I did drop out of school to play on the ball for 4 people. Where would I be now? We don't know. I could be Ninja. The Ninja of On the Ball. Except real fans of On the Ball call it Camel Try. I'd be a history professor, talking about the hypothetical history of Sam getting the comp sci degree and having relative success. You missed, like, the actual long conversation on investments before Crusher Pants. The one time I'm willing to talk about it for more than 30 seconds without throwing up in my mouth. You'd be showing up uncomfortably early to Tecate or something? Kristen wants to know if I like history. Yes. So the thing about being a Chinese major is that Chinese minors, you just learn the language. To be a major, you have to do a bunch of history courses. Like, enough where I could have gotten a history minor if I took, like, 1 or 2 more courses. And, like, culture courses. So those were the classes I enjoyed the most. That's the subjects I enjoy the most. In an alternate reality, I would be History Professor Picante. Because she was in the humanities? Yo, how you doing, Waylon? Nice emote. She, that makes her happy, I see. Yeah, I like... Just the idea of humanities degree, job stability, terrifying. Especially, like, I'm very happy I have the job that I have currently. Because academia seems not great right now. English with concentration, professional writing, and minor in legal studies. Howdy, how are the runs? I mean, pretty terrible, if we're being honest. But now that you're here, Waylon, this one's gonna go so good. I'm gonna dab on the haters. That's how good it's gonna go. She says I'm correct, but she loves teaching. Maybe when all this is over and, like, 90% of colleges go under because they didn't realize that hiring assistant to the assistant to the assistant dean was a bad idea. I'll go back, you know? Hi, Mr. Streamer. How are you? How are you? Oops, you can't say that. Whatever shall I do? See, I couldn't even say how are you back. I had like this weird stutter because I don't even know how to process someone asking me how are you. How you doing, noob guy? I'm doing pretty well. Microbiology. That'd be a pretty good field to go into right now. Isn't that like close to epidemiology? Oh, I'm aware of Crush Your Pants. You think I don't know things about my friends? Doing decent, thanks for asking. Nice. Just did a class on epidemiology. But doctoral program, it's like the doctor, right? Like the doctor of doctors. The PhD, MD. Or am I completely wrong? I could be completely wrong. DNP. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yes. This makes sense now. A doctorate in nursing practitioner. I just assumed the N was nurse related. And then it made sense. You're calling me out to the whole world. Oh, I'm correct. Alright. Cool. Sick. Alright. I was making an educated guess and it made sense in my mind. So I sounded confident. And then you tore me down in front of the crowd here. She wanted to embarrass me. Wow, okay. You told her I was a smart person? Well, helps that my mom is a nurse, so I know these things. Why would you lie to her? I feel like this is a conversation we could legitimately have, but I feel like I've already said too much. All these people are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna put this in my personal data about Picante Bank. I mean, if I were watching Picante, I would have a personal data on Picante. You know, a little scorecard. I'd want to randomly run into Picante at the grocery store, even though I live 8 hours away. Shit. You started keto yesterday? Yo, I hear that raw input and Milkopia are also starting soon or have started. So you got some keto buddies. Accountability buddies. Siri, update my Picante personal fact bank. That's where technology's gotten us. Hey, just checking your mailbox at the same time as you? This is awkward, yeah. Maybe that wasn't public information. Maybe you're getting the details. The exclusive deets. Is chocolate powder and avocados keto? I remember avocados were less keto than I initially suspected. But you know I did keto for a month. Right, Crush Your Pants? Are you quizzing me again? Am I getting quizzed? Is this a bad Tim and Eric web series? Because it's a quiz? Tim and Eric quiz was not that good. Chocolate powder does not sound keto, though, unless it's, like, extremely cacao, you know? You just want to know if you could have chocolate baking powder. You gotta look at the... Just look at the carbs. Chocolate avocado pudding is so good, that sounds bad, and I've never had it, never seen it, and I probably will never see it. But, I'll take your word for it. Some things sound bad but are good. Some things smell bad but are good, like durian. Diets are so weird. I lost way more not on keto than on keto. Like, we're talking, like, losing, like... I guess I lost, like, the same rate, though, on keto than just not being near my work cafeteria. My work cafeteria was fattening me up. Cacao? Yes, I get it, Waylon. But you don't have a cow emote. You gotta get some points in Darb's chat. Unlock that cow. Tell me more about my work cafeteria. It was absolutely delicious, and I had it every single day for lunch. And I, like, even though I was working out every day at my amazing work gym, I was like, why am I not really losing weight? And then I did keto, and I still ate at my work cafeteria because they had options that were relatively keto, and I lost 4 pounds. But then we started working from home in March, and then I lost 20 pounds. So, went from 159 to 138. How long did I do keto for? I did it for a month. The month of February, though, the shortest month. I lost like 4 pounds, I think. If goats and you're not afraid to use them, well, make more goat-related puns then, dude. God damn it. I love that, like, I need an epilepsy warning on my stream when I have to do runs that actually have resets. The reason all diets work is because there's a difference between eating mindlessly and paying attention to what you eat. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I know a lot of people have success just counting calories, because, yeah, then you realize that maybe eating an entire bag of chips in one sitting is bad calorie-wise. So you want to start a new diet? Stop eating mindlessly, fatty. I mean, that's literally just counting calories, right? You need to go back to eating a lot of veggies again? I could get so fat off veggies. Put a little oil on them. You can't get fat off veggies? I mean, that's just science right there. Brussels sprouts, like, roasted in the oven with, like, balsamic glaze. That's the good shit, okay? And the ratio is 2 pounds of butter per Brussels sprout. Can't get fat off Brussels sprouts. If you eat without a pound of butter and oil, then yeah, okay. That ain't the veggies you making you fat, yeah. I mean, you have to eat a lot of Brussels sprouts plain. Like, an amount that would make you very sick of Brussels sprouts to get fat off Brussels sprouts, but it's possible. There are definitely a couple... I know some overweight vegans, let's just put it that way. Nothing wrong with that. But it's possible. Well, I guess there are, I'm not like, I'm all about body positivity, but like, denial of being fat, being unhealthy I'm not all for that. Like, healthy at every size just doesn't seem like, it's literally bad for your health. And like, denial of that is bad, but you shouldn't shame people for being fat. You can get fat off peanut butter easy? Yeah, I could. If I had a... Is Nutella vegan? Because I could just eat a bucket of Nutella a day. You discovered a sushi place 5 minutes away from your apartment a couple weeks ago. Mercury poisoning guaranteed. Oh, no. Everyone's having sushi. I had sushi. Serena said she had sushi. Waylon, you're getting sushi? Oreos are vegan. Yeah, I know that. I feel like I know that, like, too much. Like, everyone's trying to tell me nowadays Oreos are vegan. I don't really... Like, I feel like I've heard that, like, 75 times. Nutella's not vegan? Wow. That doesn't matter to me at all. Because, one, I'm not vegan, and two, I don't think Pink would approve of me buying, like, a jar of Nutella in the first place. Do you think being overweight is genetic? I definitely think... Like, people are predisposed to being overweight. Like, that's definitely genetic. But, like, those people, like, definitely could minimize the amount of weight gain they have and be skinny. It's just way harder for them. You can barely do seaweed. Like, the flavor comes on like a tsunami. I'm one of those people who has, like, the seaweed, like, crisps. Like, I'll just go to H Mart and buy, like, a 30-pack of seaweed. I could buy all the Nutella I want, just hide it from you. You realize what you've just done, right? The Nutella is being bought. I'll just do it in a cutscene. Yo, how you doing, Truman? How's the H? You could easily make a vegan hazelnut spread. That's good to hear. I agree. SMW sucks. Why am I playing this? The difference between a fast and slow metabolism is 200 calories BMR. I have no idea what that means. Well, I really don't know what the BMR thing is. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like it's a mob shakedown by Truman. Truman's gonna bust out your sporting goods store, Umar. You have a niece who's a large baby and her parents dress her in a watermelon outfit? That's pretty epic. Well, Davey never got murdered. He just, like, moved to Las Vegas for therapy. Oh, in Among Us. I've been thinking about buying that game one of these days. He's gonna buy you a bunch of plane tickets and write them off as business expenses? Yeah. Play with you? But what about all the hours you've done of Among Us? Am I gonna be an Among Us noob? How am I gonna level up to platinum? Challenger Among Us status. Among Us is so fun to watch. Is there any other game that, like, was out for that long? Oh god, why am I so low? Is there any other game that's been out for that long that... Oh, Jesus. I'll never finish the sentence. Is there any other game that's been out that long that, like, suddenly got popular like that? I feel like Among Us is, like, so unique in that the game was, like, out for 2 years and, like, no one gave a shit. And then I guess some streamers started playing it. You're so dumb. We'll see. One day. I'll get it as soon as it's just about to get not popular. Like, as soon as people are sick of it, I'll buy it, and then I'll play one round with everyone, and then everyone will be like, oh, we've moved on to Halo 7. So Xbox released their prices, right? And then Corona happened, so it's great? Yeah. The story of so many businesses, and then Corona saved us all. I guess it is a unique time for a game to become popular. Can't really expect these circumstances to be placed on many other games, you know? People still like and enjoy Fall Guys, right? Fall Guys is not going away. Just more people are getting pieces of the pie. You can buy the mini fridge, the router, or the speaker console. Yeah, it's what, $500 versus $300? Has PS5 released prices yet? I have no interest in an Xbox, whatever. Because I have a nice gaming PC, and they obviously have told me that there's no reason to get one. My hosted was playing Fall Guys. Fall Guys has been put to bed. The Xbox whatever, which is an appropriate name. The Xbox Sex. Yeah, PlayStation, they did a smart thing. And they just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty chill of them. They really should have just done 360, 720, etc. I'd be down for what would this one be? The 1080. I would like think back to that 1080 snowboarding game on N64, and I'd buy it just because of that. No, they call it a 360 because when you see it, you do a 360 and walk away. Because the PS3's got all the games. I would have liked the Y box and the Z box. It's a joke. It's a joke thing. I did not come up with that. That was spooky. Zelda's Metroid? Okay. Are you supposed to be saying that in 2020, Umar? I still haven't seen whatever Neverland documentary, but apparently Thriller is no longer good. Nice first try, I guess. It was close. I did that weird thing, but it worked. Thought Michael Jackson was never good anyways? Okay, well, I don't know if you mean as a person, but there's some good Michael Jackson tunes, okay? Can't tell me Smooth Criminal does not musically sound good. I will say, that one Sonic song that's occasionally it shows up in Mario ROM hacks. It's like it's like the worst thing in the world. Like I made it worse by singing it, but I hear that in some ROM hacks and I want to go absolutely insane. I feel actually the only one I could think of is the vanilla level design contest, but that was an especially shitty level. You meant as a person. Okay, fair enough. Umar, are you okay? Umar, are you okay? Are you okay, Umar? I'm not gonna sing it again. Could make a clip if you really want it. This is low. I don't know how I make the worst decisions at every single step. Oh my god. You all may be gaming, but I am no longer gaming. I'm done gaming for the night. I can't start another run. And it's hot as shit in this room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Xpaco5's channel. And I'm gonna just stream me waiting for him to go live. No. I kid. Let's raid someone. Let us raid. Let's play GTAs. How many subs do you need to get? I'll buy it, but I won't be playing it tonight. It's like a $5 game. Yeah, gift 100 subs and I'll buy it. No big deal. Alright. See y'all.